Welcome to this week's Lucia Capital Group Weekly video. In the past couple of weeks, we sent out a quick fact sheet on which tax forms and documents you should expect to receive over the coming days and weeks, along with some tax filing dates that you'll need to be aware of. This week, we wanted to send you this video that gives you a little more information on them. First off is the tax filing date for this year. The deadline to file your 2021 tax returns or an extension to file and pay any taxes owed is Monday, April 18th for most taxpayers. By law, Washington, D.C. holidays impact tax deadlines for everyone the same way that federal holidays do. The due date was moved back for everyone except for taxpayers who live in Maine or Massachusetts because of the Emancipation Day holiday in the District of Columbia. Now, for taxpayers in Maine and Massachusetts, those folks have until April 19th to file their returns due to the Patriots' Day holiday on the 18th in those states. Anyone filing for an extension, well, they have until Monday, October 17th of this year to file. As far as certain tax forms are concerned, your forms that deal with your work, your W-2s and 1099 miscellaneous, should have already been sent out to you on or around the 31st of January. In addition, the 1099s from your retirement accounts, the 1099-R, those were also sent out on January 31st. One catch with the 1099-R that sometimes causes a headache or two down the road. If you did a qualified charitable distribution, a QCD last year, where you sent the money directly from your IRA to a charity, you need to tell your tax preparer that you did so. This is because the QCD does not get reported on the 1099-R form. There is no code for it, so to the IRS, it's just part of your IRA distribution. I guess the custodians didn't want to be responsible for determining whether or not your charity was an eligible 501c3 organization. Now, whatever the reason, you need to be sure to keep your tax preparer informed of any QCDs from last year so you don't end up paying taxes on the money that went to your favorite charity. If you own investments outside of your IRA, assets in your individual name or a joint or trust account, you should expect to receive a consolidated 1099 after February 18th. The consolidated 1099 would include the 1099 INT for interest you earned, 1099 DIV for dividends, and a 1099B for any sales you made during 2021. You might receive this form earlier than mid-February if your account is very simple, but you also may get revised consolidated 1099s through March if you have more complex holdings in your non-IRA accounts. And then you've got your K-1 forms. Now, these don't get sent out until March 15th to business partners, S-Corp shareholders, and investors in limited partnerships, master limited partnerships, and other pass-through entities. The K-1 reports the individual share of the gains, losses, and deductions from that entity. This form can be especially confusing because the issuer reserves the right to revise them later on, and they often do. This is generally due to the complexity of calculating partner shares and the need to individually calculate every partner's K-1. So just be aware that the one that's sent to you in March may not be the last one you get for this tax year. One other form that you may be getting is Form 5498. This is where the custodian of your IRA reports to the IRS any contributions you've made, including any catch-up contributions, as well as RMDs and the account's fair market value as of the end of the last tax year. Most of the time, these forms are mailed after the April tax filing deadline, although sometimes they do come out earlier. But please, know that regardless of when you receive it, Form 5498 is for informational purposes only. You are not required to file this Form 5498 with your tax return. So don't worry if you see that form arrive after you filed your tax return. And by the way, if you're expecting important tax documents or paper statements in the regular mail, but you're not sure when they'll arrive, or you just don't want to check the mailbox every day, there's a free service offered by the U.S. Postal Service that can notify you via email of which letters will soon be arriving in your mailbox. It's called Informed Delivery, and it's available right now in select zip codes around the country via USPS.com. Just sign up and you'll get a daily email from the USPS with a photo of each of your letter-sized pieces of mail that are scheduled to arrive that day. Again, it's a free service, and if you want to check it out, go to USPS.com. Yes, there are lots of forms, deadlines, and potential revisions, and it can all be daunting and confusing. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us here at Lucia Capital Group, and we'll help you sort it all out. How can we help you the most? Just let us know.